Have you ever wondered why some people seem to age with strength and grace, while others face a steady decline? It's easy to chalk it up to genetics or good luck. But the truth is, science tells a different story. In fact, a groundbreaking study from Harvard in 2018 may just hold the key to unlocking a longer, healthier life. Researchers at Harvard School of Public Health followed thousands of adults and discovered something powerful. Simple habits could dramatically extend your life, and not just in years but in quality. These weren't extreme changes or complicated regimens. They were ordinary choices that, when practiced consistently, added up to something extraordinary. What the study found was truly eye-opening. Adults who followed these habits lived significantly longer than those who didn't. Women gained about 14 extra years of life, and men gained 12. Think about that. That's more birthdays, more memories, more time doing what you love with the people you love. But it wasn't just about living longer. The quality of those years improved too. People who followed these habits had an 82% lower risk of heart disease, a 65% lower risk of cancer, and almost 90% lower risk of developing type 2 diabetes. That's huge, and it's something we can all work toward starting today. So in this video, we're going to build on that research and bring it into your everyday life. I'm going to walk you through 6 golden habits that support healthy aging. Habits that are realistic, motivating, and proven to help you feel stronger, sharper, and more independent, even as the years go by. If you're ready to take charge of your aging journey with simple choices that truly make a difference, you're in the right place. Before we dive in, let me know where you're watching from in the comments. Feel free to ask any questions. And don't forget to subscribe and turn on notifications so you never miss a health-boosting tip. Now let's get started. Number 1. Sleep peacefully again, no matter your age. Yes, you can still sleep like a baby. There's something truly magical about waking up feeling rested. That gentle stretch in the morning when your body feels calm, your mind feels clear, and the day feels full of possibility. But for many people as they age, restful sleep becomes harder to come by. Nights feel longer, sleep feels lighter, and mornings arrive with lingering tiredness. If that sounds familiar, you're not alone. And more importantly, it's not something you have to just accept. Sleep is not just rest, it's repair. It's when your body does its deep cleaning, when your brain files away memories and clears out waste, when your muscles heal, your heart slows down, and your mood gets its reset. One night of good sleep can do more for your health than a dozen vitamins. And yet, as we get older, sleep becomes trickier. Hormonal changes, medications, stress, and even just the shifting rhythm of life can turn once peaceful nights into restless ones. But here's the good news. Improving your sleep is absolutely possible, no matter your age. And the payoff? It's big. Better sleep means sharper memory, more energy, steadier moods, and even lower risk of chronic illness. In fact, a study published in Sleep Health found that older adults who consistently get quality sleep experience significantly lower rates of cognitive decline, depression, and even heart disease. So sleep is not a luxury, it's a lifeline. Still, if your nights are filled with tossing and turning, or you find yourself wide awake at 3 a.m., it can be frustrating. Many seniors quietly suffer through sleeplessness, thinking it's just part of aging. But there are simple, gentle shifts that can help. Sometimes, it starts with the basics, like keeping a consistent bedtime, winding down without screens, or turning down the lights an hour before bed to signal to your brain that it's time to rest. Yes, getting better sleep starts with the simplest shifts, the kind that may not seem dramatic, but can make a world of difference over time. One of the biggest culprits behind poor sleep, no matter your age, is an irregular bedtime. For many people, the habit of staying up late didn't just appear out of nowhere. It developed slowly over years. Maybe it started when life was busy, or when evenings felt like the only quiet time. Or maybe scrolling through your phone became a way to relax before bed. But here's what often happens. Your body begins to learn that bedtime doesn't actually mean sleep time. It means screen time, mental stimulation, and bright light. And little by little, your brain starts to forget how to wind down. Phones, tablets, and televisions, as helpful as they can be during the day, are one of the biggest obstacles to sleep at night. That blue light, they give off signals to your brain that it's still daytime, keeping your natural sleep hormone, melatonin, from rising. So even if you're physically tired, your brain is wide awake. Over time, this pattern can turn into full-blown insomnia. Lying in bed, unable to fall asleep, frustrated night after night. That's why one of the most powerful things you can do for your sleep is to build a new evening rhythm. One that gently teaches your brain that it's safe to rest. Try turning off screens at least an hour before bed. Dim the lights around the house. Choose quiet, calming activities like listening to soft music, reading a physical book, or simply sitting in silence. When your body begins to associate these rituals with bedtime, it naturally starts to slow down. Even if you don't fall asleep right away, simply going to bed at the same time each night is one of the most powerful steps you can take. Your body craves rhythm. The more consistent your bedtime, the more your internal clock will reset itself. It might take a week or two, but if you stick with it, you'll likely start falling asleep faster and waking up more refreshed. This becomes even more important as we age. Older adults often experience changes in sleep patterns, lighter sleep, earlier wake-ups, or difficulty falling asleep. That's why protecting your sleep routine isn't just helpful, it's essential. Good sleep isn't about luck. It's about creating a gentle pattern, one that tells your body again and again, it's time to rest now. You're safe. You've done enough today. And once your body begins to believe that, sleep becomes something you no longer have to chase, it simply comes. Let's not forget a little bit of warm herbal tea, calming music, a familiar book. These little rituals can signal safety and routine. And don't underestimate the power of daylight. Getting outside in the morning, even for just 15 minutes, helps reset your body's natural sleep clock. Your brain thrives on sunlight to know when to wake up and when to wind down. I once heard an older woman share how she struggled with sleep for years, waking constantly, feeling drained, unable to nap. But she began ending each day with a journal. Nothing complicated, just a few lines of gratitude, a few thoughts from the day. She said it helped her empty her mind, close the book, and sleep more peacefully. It was like giving my brain permission to rest, she smiled. Sometimes, a small shift in routine can create a deep sense of calm. If your mind tends to race at night, try this. Imagine a peaceful place. Maybe it's a beach, a forest, or even a memory from childhood. Let your breathing slow. Let your shoulders drop. Let that place, that calm, become your lullaby. And if sleep doesn't come right away, don't panic. Resting, just lying still and breathing, still gives your body a chance to heal. Also, it's important to know when to ask for help. If sleeplessness is affecting your mood, memory, or overall health, speak with your doctor. Sometimes a medication adjustment, gentle sleep aid, or support for anxiety can make all the difference. You deserve rest. Real rest. And it's okay to ask for it. Let's not forget, sleep is deeply connected to every other part of your well-being. When you eat well, move your body during the day, spend time with others, and give your mind things to enjoy, sleep comes more naturally. It's all connected. It's a cycle. And when you get sleep right, everything else becomes easier. So tonight, give yourself the gift of slowing down. Let your bed be a place of comfort, not frustration. Let the day end gently. You don't have to do anything more. You've done enough. And now, you rest, deeply, gracefully, and with the quiet knowing that your body is healing, your brain is refreshing, and tomorrow you begin again. Number 2. Move every day, keep muscles and joints alive. You don't need to run marathons or lift heavy weights to stay strong as you age. In fact, some of the most powerful things you can do for your body don't even require breaking a sweat. Just a little bit of movement done regularly can make all the difference in how you feel, not only today, but in the years ahead. Imagine waking up in the morning, stepping out of bed, and your body moves the way you want it to. Your knees don't creak so much, your hips feel stable, and you're able to bend, reach, and walk with confidence. That kind of freedom doesn't happen by accident. It's something we build slowly and gently through everyday motion. One of the biggest mistakes we make as we grow older is slowing down too much. Of course, rest is important, especially when the body needs to heal. But when we stop moving altogether, the body takes that as a signal to start letting go of strength. Muscles shrink, joints stiffen, and our balance starts to fade. Suddenly, getting up from a chair or walking up the stairs feels like a challenge. But it doesn't have to be that way. Even gentle movement, things like walking around the block, doing light stretches in the morning, or following a Tai Chi video in your living room, helps keep your muscles active and your joints well-oiled. I like to say, motion is lotion for your body. The more you move, the more your joints stay flexible and your muscles stay awake. You don't need a fancy gym or expensive equipment. One woman I know in her 70s simply walks up and down her hallway during commercials when she watches her favorite TV shows. Another man does slow shoulder rolls and leg swings while he waits for the kettle to boil. These small, almost effortless movements might seem like nothing in the moment, but when done every day, they work like magic over time. Movement also keeps your balance sharp, and that's so important. As we age, falls become one of the biggest health risks, not just physically, but emotionally too. A bad fall can take away confidence and independence in an instant. But when your legs are strong, your core is steady, and your joints are used to moving, your risk of falling drops significantly. That's real protection, and it's something you can build without ever stepping foot in a gym. Think about a child, how they run, jump, squat, climb without even thinking. That kind of movement is natural. As adults, we lose some of that, not because we have to, but because life becomes more still. We sit more, we drive more, we spend long hours in chairs. But our bodies are built to move. Movement is how we keep the body alive from the inside out. It's how we tell our bones, our muscles, our joints, I still need you. Stay strong for me. There's also something beautiful that happens when movement becomes a habit. It lifts your mood. It clears your head. Even 5 or 10 minutes of gentle movement can shift your entire day. That's because physical activity releases endorphins, those feel-good chemicals that give you a natural boost. So if you're feeling low, sluggish, or anxious, sometimes the best medicine is just to stand up, stretch your arms to the ceiling, and take a few deep breaths while moving your body gently. And here's the good news. It's never too late to start. I've seen people in their 80s and 90s begin simple movement routines and regain strength they thought they'd lost forever. It's not about being perfect or pushing hard. It's about showing up for your body with care and consistency. Start small. Start where you are. If all you can do today is walk to the mailbox, that's enough. Tomorrow, maybe you'll go a little farther. The point isn't how far or how fast, it's that you're doing something. Your body notices. It responds. It gets stronger, little by little, with every step you take. And if you're someone who struggles with motivation, try making movement a part of something you already enjoy. Put on your favorite music and dance in the kitchen while cooking. Invite a friend for a short walk and catch up while you're moving. Turn your stretch time into a moment of mindfulness. Moving your body doesn't have to feel like a chore. It can be something you look forward to. When we talk about healthy aging, we're really talking about preserving the ability to live life on your terms, to walk without fear, to carry your groceries, to play with your grandchildren, to step outside and feel confident in your own body. That kind of independence isn't a luxury, it's a right. And movement is one of the best ways to protect it. So, as we begin this journey through the 6 golden habits, I want you to remember this. Your body is still listening. It still wants to serve you. All you have to do is show up for it. One step, one stretch, one movement at a time. You've got this. And your future self will be so glad you did. Number 3. Healthy diet. Eat for strength, not just fullness. We've all heard the saying, "You are what you eat." But as we get older, that phrase becomes more real than ever. The food on your plate doesn't just fill your belly. It fuels your body, your brain, your bones, and even your mood. Eating well in your 60s, 70s, and beyond isn't just about avoiding illness. It's about having the strength and energy to keep living the life you love. The truth is our bodies change as we age. We might not digest food the way we used to, and our nutrient needs actually go up, not down. That means eating with purpose becomes more important than ever. It's no longer just about feeling full. It's about feeling strong, steady, and clear-headed after every meal. I want you to think of your plate like a toolbox. Every bite is either building you up or quietly breaking you down. When your meals are made with whole foods, fresh fruits, vibrant vegetables, lean proteins, whole grains, healthy fats, and plenty of water, you're giving your body what it truly needs to thrive. You're not just satisfying hunger. You're nourishing every cell in your body. You're keeping your muscles alive, your mind sharp, your heart steady. Let's take protein, for example. Many people think of protein as something only bodybuilders need. But the truth is, it becomes even more critical as we age. That's because muscle naturally begins to break down over time. Without enough protein, that loss happens faster. But when we eat enough, through foods like eggs, fish, chicken, beans, or even a simple yogurt, we're telling the body, don't let go. Stay strong. It's like sending your muscles a lifeline, one meal at a time. And then there's fiber. Not the most exciting word, I know. But fiber is your best friend when it comes to digestion, blood sugar control, and even brain health. A bowl of oatmeal, a handful of berries, a serving of steamed greens. These are small choices that do big things for your body behind the scenes. You may not feel the results instantly, but over time, they add up in ways you'll absolutely notice. One woman I met in her 70s told me she used to think of eating as just a routine. She'd snack on crackers, drink sugary coffee, maybe microwave something quick. But she felt tired all the time, bloated, foggy. Then she made a simple change. She started adding more color to her plate. Bright greens, deep oranges, fresh reds. And with that color came energy. She didn't go on a strict diet. She didn't give up all her favorite foods. She just made a conscious choice to nourish her body, not just feed it. And the difference? Night and day. That's the thing. You don't have to overhaul your entire kitchen to eat better. Start with small shifts. Swap soda for water with lemon. Add an extra veggie to your dinner. Choose whole grain bread instead of white. It doesn't have to be perfect. It just has to be intentional. Every step counts. But we also have to talk about what to avoid. Processed foods, the packaged snacks, fast food, sugary treats, they're convenient, sure. But they're also quietly harming our health. These foods are often loaded with added sugars, unhealthy fats, and chemicals that trigger inflammation in the body. And inflammation, as you may know, is at the root of so many chronic diseases, from heart issues to joint pain, even memory loss. I know it's not always easy to say no to convenience, especially when you're tired or busy. But remember, your future self is always listening. When you reach for real food, you're telling your body, I care about you. I want you to keep going. And that care adds up. In more energy, fewer doctor visits, and the ability to keep doing the things you love. Food also plays a powerful role in how we feel emotionally. A healthy meal can brighten your mood, sharpen your thinking, and help you sleep better at night. That's not just comfort, that's chemistry. When you nourish your body well, your brain thanks you. Your hormones settle. Your stress lowers. You feel more in control, more balanced, more like yourself. One more thing that often gets overlooked. Don't eat until you're stuffed. Eating too much, even if it's healthy food, can leave you feeling sluggish instead of energized. Your body needs just enough to feel satisfied, not overfilled. When you stop eating before you're too full, you give your body space to digest, absorb nutrients, and stay balanced. Think of it this way. Gentle nourishment is more powerful than overload. With age, less can truly be more, especially when it comes to food. And one more reminder, Don't forget the joy of eating. Cooking can be an act of love. Sitting down for a meal can be a moment of connection. Food isn't just fuel. It's one of life's great pleasures. So enjoy it. Savor it. Make it beautiful, even if it's just for you. You deserve to feel good in your body, and your plate can help you get there. So the next time you stand in front of the fridge or wander the grocery store aisles, ask yourself, what would nourish me today? Not just what's quick, not just what's familiar, but what would truly support my strength, my energy, my independence. And if you'd like to go a little deeper, maybe you're wondering what exactly to eat, or looking for ideas to add to your meals, I've put together another video just for you. It's called Top 20 Nutrient-Rich Foods for Seniors, and you'll find the link in the description below. Feel free to check it out after this video. Your body will thank you for it. Number 4. Train your brain like a muscle. You've probably heard people say, use it or lose it. And when it comes to the brain, that couldn't be more true. Just like your body, your mind needs regular movement to stay strong, flexible, and full of life. But don't worry. Training your brain doesn't mean cramming for exams or solving complicated math problems. It simply means keeping it curious, active, and engaged with the world around you. Think of your brain like a garden. If you water it, feed it, and give it sunlight, it grows beautifully. But if you ignore it, weeds creep in. The good news? Even a little mental activity every day makes a difference. Reading a book, doing a puzzle, chatting with friends, trying a new recipe, or even learning how to use a new app. These are all powerful ways to exercise your mind. And just like walking keeps your legs strong, these small habits can keep your memory, focus, and mood sharper for years to come. In fact, research from the Lancet Commission on Dementia Prevention found that maintaining mental stimulation and social connection can reduce the risk of Alzheimer's by up to 35%. That's not a small number, and it's not out of reach. These aren't complex medical treatments. They're everyday things, rooted in joy and connection. And it's not just about avoiding disease. It's about creating a life that feels alive. A woman I once spoke with, she's 84, told me that every morning, she reads a poem, then teaches herself one new word in Italian. I'll never move to Rome, she laughed. But I feel like I've traveled every morning. That's the spirit. Staying mentally active isn't a chore. It's a doorway to wonder. If it feels overwhelming to start, begin with something small. Maybe you pull out a crossword you used to love, or ask a grandchild to show you a trick on their phone. You could start a journal, write letters to friends, or take up drawing. The point isn't perfection. The point is play. And don't underestimate the power of good conversation. Sometimes the best brain workout is simply sharing stories with someone who listens. Even a phone call can spark memories, laughter, and that lovely feeling of being understood. So yes, your brain is a muscle, but it's also a spark. And every time you use it, you're keeping that spark alive. You're saying, I'm still here. I'm still growing. And that mindset, it's one of the most powerful forms of youth there is. Number 5. Build strong social circles. There's something quietly powerful about sitting across from someone who truly sees you. Someone who laughs at your jokes, remembers your stories, or simply asks how you're really doing. These small, everyday connections are more than just pleasant moments. They're lifelines. And when it comes to aging well, they might just be one of the most important things you can invest in. Many people assume aging is mostly about physical health, but studies have shown time and time again that the quality of our relationships has just as much, if not more, of an impact on how long and how well we live. In fact, a groundbreaking Harvard study that followed participants for over 80 years found that close relationships, more than money or fame or even genetics, are what keep people happy and healthy throughout life. Those who were more socially connected to family, friends, and community lived longer, experienced fewer health problems, and stayed mentally sharper. On the other hand, loneliness isn't just a feeling, it's a silent health hazard. Researchers now say that chronic loneliness is as harmful as smoking 15 cigarettes a day. That's a shocking comparison, but it helps us understand just how serious isolation can be. When we're disconnected, our bodies respond with stress. Our immune systems weaken. Sleep suffers. Even the heart feels it, quite literally. But here's the beautiful part. Connection doesn't have to mean constant crowds or big social events. It can be as simple as calling an old friend, chatting with your neighbor over the fence, or showing up to a community center once a week. What matters most is consistency, and the feeling that you're seen, heard, and valued. I once met a gentleman in his late 70s who had lost most of his social circle after retirement. For a while, he admitted the silence became heavy. But one day, he started going to a local woodworking class. Not because he knew how to carve, but because he missed being around people. At first I just watched, he said. But by the third week, I was helping someone build a chair. He smiled. I didn't just build furniture. I built friendships. That's the kind of quiet courage and openness that can change everything. Reaching out, especially later in life, can feel a little scary. But it's also an act of strength. When you pick up the phone, when you say yes to coffee, when you send a birthday card, you're creating a thread. And over time, those threads become a net that holds you, protects you, and brings joy. So if your circle has grown smaller, you're not alone. And it's never too late to grow it again. Join a group with shared interests. Volunteer your time. Invite someone over for tea. Even a weekly walk with a neighbor can become something you both look forward to. Every connection you nurture is like sunlight on the soul. You don't have to be the most talkative person in the room or always be on. What matters is being real, showing up, and staying open to others. When you do, your body, your brain, and your heart all benefit. And those around you do too. Because at the end of the day, we're wired for connection. We heal in community. We thrive in friendship. And the joy of sharing life, even the quiet, ordinary moments, is one of the richest forms of medicine we have. Number 6. Make strength training a habit. There's a quiet power in strength. It's not about lifting heavy weights or becoming a bodybuilder. It's about being able to rise from a chair with ease, open a jar without help, and carry your groceries without strain. These seemingly small acts of strength add up to something much bigger. Independence, confidence, and the freedom to live life on your own terms. As we get older, one of the biggest challenges we face is the gradual loss of muscle, something called sarcopenia. It begins as early as our 30s and speeds up after 60, especially if we're not doing much to stop it. The truth is, the less we use our muscles, the more we lose them. But here's the good news. We can slow this process down, and even reverse it, by making strength training a regular part of our lives. Now don't worry. This doesn't mean you have to join a gym or lift heavy dumbbells. Strength training can be simple and done right at home. Think of squats while holding onto a chair, wall push-ups in the kitchen, or even standing on one leg while brushing your teeth. These small but intentional movements help activate key muscle groups, especially in the legs, core, and arms, the ones that support balance, stability, and mobility. Studies have shown just how powerful this can be. According to research published in the Journal of the American Medical Association (JAMA), older adults who participated in regular resistance training significantly reduced their risk of falls and fractures, while also improving their bone density and overall function. And even more exciting, these benefits were seen in people well into their 70s, 80s, and beyond. Strength training also plays a critical role in protecting your bones. As we age, our bones naturally become more fragile. This is especially true for women after menopause. But when you engage in strength-building exercises, you send a powerful signal to your bones: stay strong. This can help prevent or slow osteoporosis, a condition that weakens bones and makes fractures more likely. And if you'd like to go even deeper into building strong, steady legs, especially when it comes to preventing cramps and fatigue, I've created a full video on the top 8 vitamins that support leg strength in older adults. You'll find the link waiting for you in the description below. But beyond the science, There's the emotional and mental transformation that happens when you feel your own strength again. One woman I spoke to, a 76-year-old grandmother, started with just a few sit-to-stand exercises from her couch. A few weeks in, she was climbing stairs without holding the railing, something she hadn't done in years. Her voice lit up with pride when she said, "I feel like I got a part of myself back." And that's what strength training really gives you, not just muscle, but a sense of control. It helps you trust your body again. It gives you the energy to play with your grandkids, garden without aching knees, or even take a spontaneous walk just because the weather is nice. If you're starting from scratch, begin gently. Your body will thank you for going slow and steady. Aim for consistency, not intensity. Maybe it's 5 minutes a day. Maybe it's just one exercise you do every morning after brushing your teeth. The key is showing up for yourself again and again. It's also a good idea to check in with a doctor or physical therapist before starting any new routine, especially if you've had joint pain or health concerns in the past. They can help tailor movements that are safe and effective for your unique needs. And remember, strength training isn't about perfection. It's about progress. Every squat, every push-up, every moment you choose to move with intention, you're telling your body, "I'm still here. I'm still strong. I'm still growing." Strong muscles don't just carry your body, they carry your future. They hold up your independence, your confidence, and your joy. And every time you train them, you're building more than strength. You're building a life you can keep living, fully and freely. So there you have it. 6 golden habits that can help you age with strength, clarity, and joy. Move your body every day. Eat with purpose. Keep your mind active. Build meaningful connections. Sleep deeply. And make strength training a regular part of your life. These aren't just habits. They're small daily choices that build a foundation for a more vibrant, independent future. Aging doesn't mean slowing down. It means living smarter, moving with more intention, and caring for yourself in deeper ways. The best part? It's never too late to start. Whether you're already doing some of these things, or just beginning your journey, each new step brings you closer to a stronger, healthier you. And remember, you're not alone. I'm here to walk this path with you, cheering you on, sharing what works, and reminding you that your best days aren't behind you. They're still unfolding. If you found these habits helpful, don't forget to like this video and subscribe for more life-changing tips and gentle motivation. And if you know someone who could use a little encouragement today, go ahead and share this with them. Here's to a life well lived, one strong golden habit at a time.